Hello, in this simple tutorial I want to show you how you can easily get the most natural and most realistic skin texture every single time you're trying to do your skin retouching. I know so many people always struggle with this, so this is going to be a simple tutorial where you're going to be understanding every single aspect in which you can retain the best out of your skin retouching or the best out of your retouched images basically in Photoshop. So let's just get in and we'll start learning about everything. And if at all you haven't hit the like button, make sure that you hit the like button on this video so that YouTube can push it to more people facing the same problem of retaining the most natural and realistic skin texture every single time they're trying to retouch their images in Photoshop. So let's just come and recreate the two layers for frequency separation by hitting Ctrl Command J twice. Then usually this is our low and this is our high. So the high frequency layer contains the textures and this contains the colors. So I'm just going to come, so you look at this step right here because it is going to determine everything you're going to retain within your final images when you're doing skin retouching. So right now we are in the low frequency layer, and when you play your frequency separation action, and if at all you have one, when you play it, it usually stops at this point whereby you determine the amount of Gaussian blur you want to apply to the image. So it is this step that always determines the amount of textures that you're going to be remaining with in the rest of your images after doing a skin retouching. So we're just going to come to filter. We usually come to filter, and before we do anything, this layer is always turned off. So we're just going to come to filter, then we come to blur and we come down to Gaussian blur. So it is this point that is going to determine the texture that you want to remain with in the image. So when you have the action and you play it, it usually stops at this point and brings for you this window right here with this box. I hope you always don't skip this. So just zoom out. You can zoom in and zoom out just like that. So just look for the area that has majority or prominent textures in the skin in the image. So for this case, we want to choose a reference image for this photo, or the reference area for the photo. So here we have the radius. So you have to ensure or take into consideration the radius of the Gaussian blur, because this is going to determine, like I've said, I'm just going to stress this out in this tutorial. This determines the amount of skin details that you are going to retain after doing the skin retouching. And remember, different images usually have different sharpness, or we use different cameras that have different sensors and different megapixels to capture different images, meaning this radius is going to be different. I may be using a different radius on this photo, and for your case you may have a softer or less details in the skin, meaning the radius you're going to be applying to the image is going to be quite different from the one I have. So you shouldn't cram this radius for your images too. Don't cram it. Just look at the image and handle it the way you're looking at the details in the skin or the way the textures are in that given image. So when you come to the radius, just simply left click and we start moving this. So you have to move this as you're looking at these textures. So move this slider up to a point when these prominent textures are just starting to get lost or disappear from the image. Remember, when they completely disappear from the image, it means that that is the texture that we want to have as an outcome in our final retouched image. So you have to be careful with this very step. So left click and drag this radius up to a point when you're starting to lose out completely on this. Don't take it all the way like randomly, just move it slightly as you're looking at the details right there. Just move it just like that. And I think at around 8, that's when I'm starting to lose out on the skin details. So you have to stop at that point when you're just starting, like that immediate point when you're starting to lose out on the details in the skin. So just stop right there. Like I've said, and I'll stress it again, don't cram the radius I've used. I may be using a radius of 8 because my image may be having more details and more sharpness, and maybe you may be having a different image that is a little bit softer, meaning for a slightly softer image your radius may be low because you don't have to blur out or move the radius to this point like I am, and just come and hit OK. and your action, if at all you have an action, it is going to continue playing and apply everything for you to start retouching. So since I haven't played the action for this case, I'm just going to come to the high frequency layer and activate it. I have a 16-bit image. I'm just going to come to image and come right down to apply image. And since I have a 16-bit image, I'm going to change the blend mode to add, and the layer, I'm just going to select the low frequency layer. Remember, I'm subtracting the details from the low frequency layer. That's why I've just selected it. And the scale is to offset 0. Make sure the opacity is at 100%. Preserve transparency and mask are not checked. And just come and click on invert, and you can see the details or the textures are on this square kind of layer like we usually have when the action is playing. Just come and hit OK. Then usually we come to the blend mode and we change it from normal to linear light. So you're just going to come to linear light and you'll have back the image the way it is meant to be. So right now, assuming you have your action, I'm just going to put this in a group by selecting both and hitting Ctrl Command G on the keyboard. And I can name this to FS for frequency separation. I'm going to open the group. So in order to retain enough detail in the skin, you always have to apply the best results. And if at all, doesn't matter if at all you use a lasso tool as an independent technique for skin retouching, or if at all you use a mixer brush tool as an independent kind of technique to blend the skin, it doesn't really matter. So make sure you set your lasso tool or your mixer brush tool the best way possible. So remember, when you're doing skin retouching, you have to ensure that you select a low frequency layer. Remember, we are trying to blend or even out the skin tones of the image. So you have to select the layer that contains the colors or the skin tones, which is the low frequency layer. Just come to the brushes and get the mixer brush tool. And you have to set it, make sure it is a clean brush. And you select the second option so that it is cleaned every single time you're trying to blend or even out the skin. Weight, I prefer 9, load 75, mix 90, and the flow 100. I have independent tutorials about how to set up your mixer brush tool the best way. And now we have the option which says sample all layers. Make sure sample all layers is not checked, because when you sample all layers and you start painting within the skin area, it's going to also copy and apply the textures on this low frequency layer, and you will have those weird results like acne and that kind of rough texture. Let me just show you what I'm trying to imply. Just come right here. I'm just going to make it a mistake intentionally, and I start painting. So you can see the skin is going to look weird. So I'm just going to undo that. Make sure sample all layers is not checked, because you only want to work on the low frequency layer. And now usually I recommend that you always turn off the high frequency layer, and you can come and reduce or increase on the size of mixer brush tool by using the box brackets on the keyboard. And before you can do anything, make sure your caps lock key is off, because when it is on, your mixer brush tool is going to be like this cross-like icon. So make sure it is turned off. And now, so you can turn on the caps lock key and off by just clicking on it. So just come and start blending. And when you turn off the high frequency and you start painting, you can see the image tends to look or turn out to look plastic. I hope you can see this. So it tends to look plastic, so don't mind about all that. Just come and do the painting. So just come and paint on the image just like that. I hope you can see this, and the image is going to look plastic and not nice, but you have to simply left click and start moving around your mixer brush tool. So just come right here to the high frequency, and when you turn it on and you turn off and on the frequency separation group, you can see that we still have the original skin texture and it is looking as natural as possible. So this is for the people that use the mixer brush tool, and those that use the lasso tool, in order to get the original or nice skin textures for your for images or most of your portraits, just come and select the tool that you want to use. That is for people that use the lasso tool to do a skin retouching. I prefer to use a feather between 20 and 25 pixels. So make sure that you use this, because we don't want rough edges after you have been able to select part of the skin. So I prefer a smooth edge from the selection. I'm just going to come and I select the forehead area. So left click and draw over the skin, and don't have to select the hair or the eyebrows, just select on the skin and keep away from the edges like I always say. So just come to the filter and you come to blur and come to Gaussian blur. So you can see this is the original radius that we had when we are creating or blurring out the details from the skin. So just come and move this radius to the right hand side up to a point when you feel like you have the best out of your skin, just like that. So I think at around 24 we have the best results, but I have a cheat code for you. Just use the radius that you use when you are removing or blurring out the details from the skin, and just multiply that radius by 3. So 8 by 3 is 24. I'm just going to type in 2, 4 just right there, and you can see it applies the same result. So just come and hit OK, and it's going to be showing you the very same results. You can see the before and after. Usually I would recommend that you always use the mixer brush tool first and you apply the lasso tool method to fine-tune the results from your skin retouching. So basically this is all for today's tutorial, and if at all you have loved this, don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if at all you have been watching from this channel for the very first time. Ronnix from ronnixphotography. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in yet more amazing tutorials, and don't forget to keep practicing and keep creating.